News 46 Week in Review is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks. You're watching KPVM News 46 Week in Review. Pahrumph's #1 media source for local news with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Welcome to News 46's Week in Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a head-on collision accident last Saturday night at the intersection of Wilson and Margaret Street.
It was a head-on collision. Upon arrival, we found no entrapment of anybody. We ended up transporting two to the hospital, and the other people we AMA'd.
Do we know how many people were in each vehicle?
I believe the first vehicle there was 3, and the second vehicle was 1 person.
Was there any other people who declined being transported? No.
There was the 2 other people declined transportation.
And so this was a head-on collision, wasn't it?
That's correct. It seemed to be the first vehicle was trying to make a U-turn in the middle of the road and did not see an oncoming car, which hit him head-on, and I think ripped off the front wheel.
And they were transported locally?
Yes, that's correct.
An accident that occurred around 5 a.m. early Thursday morning at the intersection of Simpkins and Woodchips took the life of a 13-year-old child. Nevada Highway Patrol's fatal team were dispatched to investigate the cause of the accident. This morning around 5 a.m., a fatal accident on Woodchips and Simpkins. It all happened at the intersection there where a dirt bike ran into a flatbed truck carrying a trailer. We're going to speak to Fire Chief Scott Lewis.
So a little after 5 this morning, we were dispatched for a motor vehicle accident involving a motorcycle versus a pickup truck. Upon arrival, Nye County Sheriff's Office was on location. One of the people involved in the accident today did not survive the injuries.
And was the person on the motorcycle?
It's all part of the open and ongoing investigation with NHP's fatal team as well as the Nye County Sheriff's Office.
And do you have any other details about the other vehicle? How many people were in the other vehicle?
I don't know how many people were in it, but it was a pickup truck. It was a flatbed style pickup truck pulling a small trailer.
So high impact.
It appears there's a significant impact between the 2 vehicles, and again, that's all part of the investigation to determine exactly what caused that accident. And I'm sure they'll have the right people out there and completing the investigation. After
contacting Nevada Highway Patrol's public information officers, KPVM has learned that, in fact, the person on the dirt bike was, in fact, a juvenile. They think he's approximately 13 years old. The dirt bike was not registered, so they have not been able to contact next of kin at this point. They are waiting for somebody to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office or Nevada Highway Patrol, who in fact is looking for their missing child. The driver of the pickup truck has not been charged with anything. We have learned that the dirt bike actually hit the flatbed truck on its side, and that is what happened at the intersection of Simpkins and Woodchips. The child was not wearing a helmet at the time, and what he was doing out and about at 5 o'clock in the morning riding his dirt bike, we have yet to learn. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And News 46 has learned the identity of that child, Walker Patterson, who apparently attended Rosemary Clark Middle School. KPVM wishes to extend their deepest condolences to the family. It appears that the female driver of a single vehicle rollover on Wednesday afternoon may possibly have been under the influence of alcohol when her SUV overturned into a ditch off Highway 372.
Yes, we were dispatched for a 1-vehicle rollover with injuries. Upon arrival, we did find an SUV that was resting on all 4 wheels. There was 1 patient who was found to be entrapped in the vehicle. Rescue company rolled in, did a quick extrication via a driver's side door pop. The patient was successfully removed in a timely fashion and is now being prepared for transport.
She was not physically entrapped, just mechanically?
Mechanically entrapped. She was unable to get the driver's side door open due to the damage as a result of the rollover.
You didn't need to stabilize the vehicle anyway?
No, this is a rapid extrication due to the fact that there's some imminent weather moving in on us, and we wanted to make sure we got the patient out and safely removed to a vehicle.
And then there was no other occupants?
There was no other occupants, and the vehicle also was found to be in a stable position.
Yes, we've had a single vehicle rollover, single occupant, female adult being transported to hospital to be checked out. We've got possible alcohol involved. We are going to have to do a evidentiary blood draw on this driver. It doesn't appear to be anything serious, and then we'll just have to get it all cleaned up.
So do you know if it's an overcorrection or possible drunk driving?
Looking at the scene, it looks like it got involved into an overcorrection situation, but again, it looks like we may have alcohol involved, and I would have to say it's probably based upon the fact they've had a little too much to drink.
You were checking the purse too as well.
We were looking for ID when we were in the purse, to be honest. That's all we were looking for. We finally found a out-of-state driver's license.
So 2 of the containers look recently consumed?
Well, we can only speculate on that. The fact that the seal's broken and that it's missing part of the contents constitutes an open container violation under Nevada State revised statute.
Did you smell any alcohol inside the vehicle?
Yeah, a faint odor of it.
Fire crews were dispatched to Kyle Street last Sunday night when a neighbor noticed smoke billowing from a residence on the east of town.
Yes, on Sunday evening. It was actually on Kyle Road, but there was an initial report that there was a probable structure fire in that area. Engine 4 arrived on location. They've confirmed the address, that being on 2400 East Kyle. They found smoke showing from a double-wide manufactured dwelling. They assessed the situation, determined they were going to go with an offensive interior attack. They went in, heavy fire conditions in a rear bedroom, significant smoke throughout and heat. They did a great job. They stopped the fire where they found it. They determined that it was unoccupied at the time, and the crew just did an awesome job. The investigative phase is almost complete. It appears to be accidental in nature, and the resident remains out of town.
So the resident was out of town at the time, but there was a dog inside or no?
No, there was initially a report that there may be a large dog within the residence, but that was found to be untrue, that the dog was actually with the resident in a neighboring state.
And you guys did a couple searches for the animal.
We did. We always make sure that there's no one else inside, and so we do what's called a primary and secondary search. And primary is a quick, rapid search at the onset of the incident, and then a secondary is a more methodical process where we go through from room to room, look through it in great detail.
And who reported the fire originally? Just a neighbor?
Yeah, one of the neighbors was looking out her kitchen window and observed the smoke, and she had to take a hard, long look to make sure that it was actually what she thought. But she did a great job because it made a big difference in the outcome of the fire. If it had been let go for any period of time longer, we may have had a different outcome with the structure.
So we're still investigating the cause of the fire at this point?
Yeah, the investigation's underway, but we're coming to a conclusion in the next several days.
And how much of the structure actually is destroyed?
The majority of the fire was held to a rear bedroom. Significant damage to the floor area. Firefighters had to be extremely careful during their searches and during early stages of suppression because the floor was gone. But they did a great job and nobody was injured.
More with News 46's News in Review. Stay tuned.
News 46 Week in Review is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks. You're watching KPVM News 46 Week in Review. Pahrumph's #1 media source for local news with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
All day last Sunday was the Prump Nuggets Prump-A-Palooza with games, music, and fireworks.
Hi everybody, we're just down here at the Nugget. We're celebrating 4th of July. It's a great day out here in Prump. We're just having a good time. We got the barbecue, we got the kids out here today. the fireworks coming up at 9 o'clock. So it looks like most of the town is here. So we're looking forward to a great night.
This is such a fun event. We've been doing it for how many years now?
Well, we didn't do it last year. We didn't want to go against the town. So this is our third year now. And I tell you what, it's a great event, but let's remember what it's for. Let's support our troops. Let's enjoy what we have. If it wasn't for the guys and women over there fighting for us, we wouldn't be able to do this. So, with that, we'd say thank you very much and just having a great time.
And that is really something that the Nugget really supports is the troops. And you guys are very patriotic.
You know what? I'm an Army brat, so it's good to be, I've lived it all my life. So, whatever we can do here at the Nugget, we're very fortunate we've been able to support the Veterans Guard and do the Veterans Day celebrations, Memorial Day. And now we're here, 4th of July. And what better way to bring it in than with Pyrotechnico doing a wonderful, wonderful display tonight.
And we have so many booths.
Well said, Jeff. We do support the troops, and it's thank you to all the troops out there, active and veterans. Today is about you guys as well. So thank you for what you do, and come on out to the Nugget and have a great time.
Wonderful. Tell me about some of the jumpy booths that we have and some of the vendor booths.
You know what? Scott, one of our local Parumpians here, came out tonight. We got 3 bouncy booths. We got a slip and slide. Kids have been having a great time all day long. You know what? What better way to have a great day?
It's too much fun. Thanks so much for speaking with us, and thanks for having this. We're going to do it next year?
Absolutely. We're doing it every year.
We have a 3-year commitment with Pyrotechnico, so you can expect the next things for the next 2 years to be bigger and better. Come on out, enjoy the 4th of July weekend here at the Nugget. Let's have some fun.
Happy Independence Day!
Hey, Jeff. Where's Tony?
Happy 4th of July!
All right, come here, take your straight.
To see the entire Pahrump Nugget fireworks show, you can go to KPVM's YouTube page or kpvm.tv. The 4th Annual Independence Day Parade was held last Monday morning in the Calvada Eye.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Butch Baraski and I started this about 4 years ago with the VFW. VFW's underwritten it every year. We had pancake breakfast this morning, pancakes and sausage, only $3. Sorry you missed it if you didn't come out. Come out next year, come and participate, and have fun with us celebrating the greatest country in the history of the world.
Exactly. How many entrants did we have?
We had about 30.
Wonderful. Tell me a little bit about them.
A little bit about them. Let's see. Pahrump Senior Center won participation. The Gunfighters won Judge's Choice, and the Starlets won Best Theme. They're real nice. The Starlets sang and walked around the whole route, and they sang the whole time. So God bless them.
Who were our judges?
Our judges were Bob Alvis, Lori Dollar, and Rick Osborne.
And what did they judge on? What was the criteria?
It was participation, the biggest number of people, theme, whatever that is. Everybody always asks what's the theme this year. It's always independence. And judge's choice is whatever they thought caught their fancy.
There you go. And a little bit more about, do people pay to join the parade, or is it free? Or?
Yeah, it was free this year. We were asking for a $15 donation. With that, you would have got a T-shirt. Half the money went to the Nathan Adelson Hospice Building Fund and the other half to the VFW. Still shirts available. You can get them from Butch or at the VFW.
Good. It went great, Deanna. I had my new fire truck here. I'm sure you got a shot of that. And I had the Pahrump Valley Youth Organization kids on top. I think I had about a dozen of them and 3 or 4 parents up there. So I told them I'd be glad to take them on, on a ride as long as their parents were there to monitor them and everything. So worked out really well. Next year we're going to advertise a lot more and a lot to make this a bigger event. Dan and I have been doing it pretty much alone with a couple of people that help us, Bob King from the planning department and Dan's son-in-law and a few of the veterans. But next year we will expand and we'll ask more people to come in and help and try to make it a little bit bigger event.
Tell me about the fire engine.
Well, it was up for auction twice, and it didn't sell. And then the third time, I called Ski over at the auction house and told them that, I'd go $1,100 on it, and I got it. So I went out and got a temporary permit. That's what it takes, and of course, you got to have insurance on it too. But for parades, and when I go to the next parade, maybe by that time I'll have it painted up a little bit and some more of the hardware working on it. I had a little trouble with some of the lights today, but we had plenty of other fire trucks out there that were nice and shiny and pretty, and both Prump Valley Fire and Rescue, I thank them for coming down as always, and Nye County Emergency Services, the Sheriff's Department. We had a whole bunch of people here. We had the, oh my goodness, we had the Girls Club was here with 2 of their organizations. The Color Guard said next year, if they'd have known a little ahead of time, they'd bring 100 people. So we could have a full Color Guard with a flag for every state. Wow. Next year, we're going to try to do that. And we're also going to push it a little more to try to get a band here.
And the winners of today's parade were: participation went to the Prump Senior Center, best theme went to the Nye County Starlets, and judge's choice went to the Waterstone Bunch. They were all given their trophies here at the Calvada Eye. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46. To see the entire parade, you can go to KPVM's YouTube page or KPVM.TV as well. The Liberty Festival at the Petrick Park brought thousands of people to celebrate the birth of our nation. The Prump Chamber of Commerce, the town of Prump, many sponsors, vendors, and volunteers came together for a fantastic 3-day event. We're here at the 2011 Liberty Festival here at Petrick Park. We're going to speak to Nick Moore and Mike Dreyer.
Liberty Festival 2011, produced by the Prump Chamber of Commerce, town of Pahrump. Got a lot of activities going on. Great event, 3-day event. We extended it this year because of the longevity of the holiday and everything. We've got a ton of vendors, great food vendors, all different sorts of vendors. You got bounce houses, petting zoos, pony rides, live entertainment. We had Prump's Got Talent. We had so many different things coming on. Prump Valley Cruiser sponsored the free swim for the pool. Just really great stuff. Fun time for everybody, for the whole family.
I know we kind of angled it towards doing kind of an old-fashioned 4th of July this year, didn't we?
Well, that's correct. We tried to make it an old-time fair thing. So we did tug-of-war, 3-legged race, watermelon eating contest, watermelon spitting contest, pie competition, and we had some really good results. And then we also did Prump's Got Talent this year. It wasn't a judged event. It was just an opportunity for people to come out and showcase their talents.
And the bands that we have up on stage?
We had, let's see, Hard Rain. We had Derek's band. We really didn't have local band. Dan Schinoffen's band. We had Mason Dixon, yeah. We had some great local bands, great talent, really great entertainment. It was fun.
A lot of great entertainment. I know the park is getting really packed now. We're gearing up for the fireworks show that's going to be put on tonight. Who's that by? What's that about?
Well, the fireworks are put on by the town, as usual. We just kind of coincide with it to produce our event. So once again, the town's going to put on another spectacular fireworks show, so we're really looking forward to it.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it should be a great show. It's simulcasted with K&I Radio this year. It should be a really good time. I mean, we're coordinated with music at the park. Lights will go off at 5 to 9, and it's gonna be a great show.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors of this year's Liberty Festival 2011, Valley Electric, the Prump Nugget, Healthcare Partners, Southwest Medical, Desert View Hospital, Saddle West Casino, Saida Trudeau, K&I Radio, the Prump Valley Times,
Prump Valley Disposal,
and Prump Valley Disposal / Joe Sanitation.
And what a wonderful fireworks show. What a wonderful 3-day event here at Petrick Park. We want to thank everybody who's sponsored and volunteered for this event. And as usual, the best fireworks around. This is Deanne O'Donnell wishing you a happy Independence Day for News 46.
Happy 4th of July!
And of course, you can watch that entire show of the fireworks at Petrick Park on KPVM's YouTube page or KPVM.TV. The town manager, Bill Kohlberger, is proud of the fireworks show that the town of Prump held last Monday night at Petrick Park.
Incredible, awesome.
Tell me about what you heard from the crowd.
Heard a lot of good comments, a lot of the word awesome being used, a lot of claps. Did you hear that roar after the last firework went off? I mean, you could hear that for miles. It was deafening. It was great. The people really enjoyed the fireworks.
We have become known for our fireworks here, but we used a different company this time.
We used a real good company, Pyrotechnico. They were awarded the contract by the town board last year, and they put on the Christmas bells and jingle bells and fireworks shells festivities this year. They did a great job there, and then last night they just lit the sky up. That was the best fireworks display I've seen in a long, long time, and a lot of people echoed that very thought.
is amazing. Did they do the ones at the Nugget too as well?
Yeah, they did. They did the one at the Nuggets too.
Wonderful. So they actually outbid our past company that we had here. I can't remember their name, Zamboni or something. But they ended up. Do we have a contract with them now?
Yes, we have a 3-year contract with Pyrotechnico. They will be doing it this year and the next 2 years.
And then they're going to be at the Jingle Bells fireworks shells, which you invented.
Well, yeah. Yes, hopefully they will be, and I just got to go out and raise a little bit of money to hold the fireworks this year, and we're going to be doing that right now.
Wonderful. And so I know that we had a pretty long show. Do you know how long it lasted? How many fireworks we shot off? Do you know all the particulars?
I don't know all the particulars, but I know it was a 19 and a half, 20-minute show, and I don't know how many fireworks they shot off at that finale. Geez, there must have been 100 fireworks, it seemed like. That finale was incredible.
I know we had a little bit of a wind shift there, but it was still fantastic.
Yeah, nothing we can do about Mother Nature. We don't control Mother Nature no matter what. Everybody wants to think we're not that powerful. Only God does that.
Exactly. So wonderful show, and we're looking forward to it next year as usual, and you'll keep us posted on the Jingle Bells and fireworks shows.
I will keep you posted, and thank you, Pahrump, and I'm glad everybody enjoyed the show. And after the roar from the crowd last night, I know that the crowd appreciated it. They were excited. They were pumped, and it was packed down there last night.
It was amazing. The whole entire grass area, like a sea of people.
Well, the whole area, Home Depot parking lot was full. Basin up and down, south and north, or east and west was full. Yeah, people pulled over on 160. The parking lot in Albertsons was jammed. Everywhere you saw, there was cars and people, and the roar that they made after that last fireworks on the finale was absolutely deafening and very loud. So you could tell they were all very excited.
What a successful Liberty Festival that we had for this 3 days. It was lots of fun the whole 3 days.
Oh, the Chamber did a phenomenal job. Mike Dreyer, Mike Selbach, Nick Gift, Nancy Evans, all of them, they need a big pat on the back. They did a great job. They brought a lot of people into Pahrump, and great job, Chamber.
And a lot of people spent a lot of money here in our town and had a great time.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, making sure our businesses are successful.
Movies in the Park began this past weekend at Petrick Park with the movie Independence Day. We spoke to Nick Moore about the next 7 weeks of movies that will be shown at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, free to the public.
Movies in the Park 2011, it's a great series. We do, the Park and Recreation sponsors it, or the Town of Pahrump sponsors it, Park and Recreation Board. We go to work and put it on for you guys, but great series. We get a great turnout every year, and we're lucky enough to get it back in our town this year again.
This is something that people really fought to have happen. It's something that's really important to us. Even in these economic hard times, it's something that we can enjoy that's free.
Absolutely, and in these tough times, there's a lot of families that this might be the only opportunity they get to go see a movie or anything. Or we don't have a movie theater here in Pahrump, but it's inexpensive to go over the hill, to take the whole family, and quite the ordeal, but it's nice to be able to do that in our own local park on a big screen, make a family night out of it. So it's great to have it.
It's really true. These are wonderful events, and they happen every Saturday. I think it's at dusk. This past Saturday, though, we showed Independence Day.
We did. We had Independence Day. We had a great turnout, 500-600 people easy. Just like we always do. We always, have a really good turnout. So it's a good representation that the town loves it, the people love it, and it's a great event that we should try to keep continuing to do here, especially in these tough times.
And we'll keep everybody posted of the lineup that's coming up, but it's going to be once again this Saturday and for the next 5 Saturdays, right?
There's 8 total dates actually. The first one was this weekend. The next one's on the 9th, and it's at dusk, and it's correct at Ian Deutsch Memorial. And we really extended it this year. Last year we only had 4, and we really took some heat for just having the force. So we really try to extend it through the whole summer, and hopefully everybody comes out and enjoys it.
Still more local news to come with News 46's News in Review. Don't go anywhere.
News 46 Week in Review is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks. You're watching KPVM News 46 Week in Review. Pahrumph's #1 media source for local news with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
The papers were filed last Wednesday morning, and the movement is underway to attempt to recall Nye County tax assessor Shirley Madsen. This morning at the Ian Deutsch Government Complex, the official papers were filed here against Nye County tax assessor Shirley Madsen to file a petition to ask for her recall. We are going to speak to Positive Pahrumph's Stephanie Lopez.
I filed our recall against Shirley Madsen, so
we have a couple people who joined you here, and we had to wait for this date, didn't we?
We did. We had to wait the 6 months, so she served in time. And so today, we actually could have filed yesterday. We just assumed if we just waited one more day just to be certain. And there's a few people here supporting us.
And we got a petition, the beginning of the petition, right?
Yes, we have all copies made. We have a total of about 4,000 copies made right now. There's a few of us that are going to go out today to get signatures tomorrow and Friday, and then we're going to do our kickoff event at Romero's on Saturday.
And so everybody's invited to this kickoff.
Absolutely. The more the merrier.
What time is that?
2 to 6.
And that's to kind of organize too as well, or get people going to get this petition signed. How many signatures do you need?
We need about 3,700. Our goal is 6,000 signatures.
And then have you heard anything from Shirley Madsen? What's her response to this petition?
Actually, I believe Nancy Lord sent me a courtesy letter in my mail about a week ago about slander and libel and defamation. I responded and haven't heard a word since. So,
what was your response?
Basically that we have the same rights, and that it was a courtesy for her to tell me nicely to shut my mouth, and I responded nicely to shut hers. So being honest.
You have a very active website. People can find out what's going on all the time, not just with this, but just about Pahrump in general, different issues.
That is correct. We have almost now 3,800 Nye County residents. We tried. I mean, I'm sure there's people from Vegas or all around, but it's a good page. I mean, we get to debate, discuss events, and be involved with each other and make our community as positive as possible.
And that's where this group kind of came from, and it's kind of that's the ground of this whole Positive Pahrump, and people were kind of affected by what happened with Shirley Madsen.
Absolutely. I think that, in my opinion only, our community has a lot of negative, people look at us that we're meth labs or this, that, and the other, and this was the icing on our cake. And we have such a good community and good people in our community that Positive Pahrump people just show you, that there's a lot of people down there that want to see growth and positive change, and all of us to stand together. With the Shirley Madsen thing, people were outraged, they're upset. She personally attacked a lot of people by making her comments, and then just to stand behind them. If she had apologized, we wouldn't be here today.
And so how can people get involved in this?
They could contact me on Positive Pahrump by Facebook. Just in the search bar, hit Positive Pahrump, or they could call me at home at 775-727-8229.
Once again, Positive Pahrump is out there getting those signatures on that petition to ask for Shirley Madsen's recall of her position as Nye County tax assessor. And of course, this Saturday at 2 o'clock will be that kickoff party at Romero's. This is Deanna O'Donnell at the Ian Deutsch Government Complex for News 46. On the town board agenda was a discussion and possible decision to require backup for all action items brought before the town board.
Why you have backup material out in advance of the meeting is that we as the public also have an opportunity to kind of get some understanding about it, do some research. But I also understand the concern that to put it on each and every item that's on the agenda is sometimes not necessary. And what I would like as a consideration would be, what if the requirement were attached to items that have a fiscal impact?
The backup tells everyone what the intent was of this item. So when you're not there 2 years from now, 4 years from now, and something needs to be amended, we can look back at what the whole intent was of putting this forward instead of trying to guess what it was there for to determine, because we're in 2011 now and stuff we did in 2007 doesn't make sense anymore because we don't live in 2007. So we have to look at our budgets, look at everything and go back. And if we know the intent of what that was, and if it was something that was very budgetary and needed a lot of backup to it to explain exactly why we were doing what we were doing, then great. If it was something that was simple and all you want to do is put down 2 sentences, it shouldn't be too hard to put 2 sentences down. And you should accept 2 sentences if that's all somebody says that they want. And one other thing, Mr. Culkin, I take a huge offense to you not wanting to listen to people speak. If you're going to say that you come here, already have your mind made up, think that all of us are here to, bamboozle, yell at you, we voted you in. That's all we did. We didn't say that every single thing, you know exactly what to do from the day you were in there. You have to listen to us, whether you like it or not. You sat here in front of this microphone for years. And do you think it sometime, all these people should have said, well, Harley, I don't want to listen to you. I'm smart. You voted me in. I'm smart.
I said I come prepared to make a decision, and I listen, and then I make my vote. That's what I said. I didn't say I don't listen to you. What I said was, I don't like to, I said I don't like to be bullied. I will not be micromanaged. I will use my education, experience, and knowledge to make decisions. I will listen to you if you have more to add to that. But as I also said, some people just are on the opposite side simply because they don't like you. And I'm not going to sit here and be badgered by people. I will make my decisions, and that's the way it is. If you have a question beforehand, I would appreciate anybody asking me what I think about a subject, because I listen.
On the Pahrump Town Board agenda was an item to appoint a town board member to the Nye County Redistricting Committee.
Easy for you to say.
Not really.
Redistricting Committee. You're right, it's not easy. This item has partly come before the town board in the past. Actually, 2.5 months ago, April 12th to be exact, Mr. Culkin came before this board, spoke quite eloquently and quite at length about the need for us to have 4 county commissioners, for Pahrump to have 4 county commissioners in lieu of the fact that Pahrump is 83% of the county.
And this item passed. The town board member was appointed, and that is Carolyn Endersby. With so many new businesses opening in Pahrump, is this a sign that the local economy could be bouncing back?
I mean, we are still, in my opinion, in a recession. We've never left a recession. There's talk about a double dip, a double bounce. Well, we haven't bounced out of the first one yet. But, yet still people are looking to come here and relocate. And that recession is in all over the country. And I get people from all over the country looking to come here. I'm entertaining a company now from Canada. I'm entertaining another company from France that's looking at. Here just recently, we just got a company to make a commitment. They've escrowed property to build a 50,000 square foot manufacturing plant here. It's not a done deal. It's never a done deal to the last day, but it's moving forward. It's advancing at a good pace, and I'm excited about those things.
How do you sell Pahrump?
I tell them, look around. Yeah. Pahrump is not a really hard sale. Yeah. Because people come and they look around, they look at the mountains, they look at the wide open spaces, they look at the opportunity to buy land at a reasonable price, and they look at a small community, and then they want to come, and then you sell them the dream. People bought 250,000 quarter-inch drills last year, drill bits. But that's not what they wanted, a drill bit. What they wanted was a 1/4-inch hole. You see, so what we do is we sell the sizzle, you know what I mean, and then they come and buy the steak.
So I know that we have Denny's coming in. We have over where Grease Monkey used to be. What is that going to be?
That's going to be a tire store. And that's just exciting that they've decided to come here and revitalize that property. Not that it looked bad to begin with, but they're coming in there, and then the Denny's is coming in, and that's great. That diversification, that opportunity in our community is good. But that's not really what I focus on that much.
I know that we got Radio Shack and we have Red Apple Fireworks just came in, but we're looking possibly of having some manufacturing in here so that people can work here as well as live here.
Absolutely, Deanna. What I try to focus on is that all of them are important, and I give them all the same amount of time. But just like myself and everyone else, you only have limited resources. And I try to focus my resources on the greatest bang for the buck, so to speak, since you mentioned fireworks. And that's the recent wind sale receptor coming here, which was almost an 18-month courting process. And it's still going to be probably another 6 months before they get up and going. They're projecting to have 89 jobs by the end of the year and 230 during full build-out. We have about 3 other manufacturers that's looking to come here.
They're gonna build wind sails, and that's gonna provide jobs here, and it's exactly what we're looking for.
Well, they're going to provide more than that. I spent 4.5 hours just yesterday with Richard Sinke. He's the CEO of the company. He just got back from about 3 weeks in China, and he updated me about what's going on and the generators, and there's some new technology. But what he's also willing to do is do the training for the not just the installation, which he's now looking at a third company out of Scottsdale, Arizona, but possibly the maintenance of all the wind sails, which they go ahead and manufacture. And I'm trying to convince, and then I visited with another company yesterday in Vegas, and this is so exciting. It's an energy power storage company, and they found ways to take renewable energy and store it. I mean, this will be again technology breakthrough technology that we may be able to have them come here and get started, which is exciting. There's another small company. I'm not at liberty to mention the name. Gentleman's name's from Richard. Worked with him for about 15 months now. Okay, if you're listening, Richard, I'm talking about you. And what he does is he makes electronic components. He bought property, he closed on it, he's coming back, he's taken the summer off, okay? And then they're doing about $2.5 million. It's been a family operation primarily, okay? They bought a nice piece of land where they're going to set up, and they work out of their home in California, and they've come to Pahrump, and they make these electronic components for the Department of Defense and everything else, where eventually then he'll go ahead and possibly build even a bigger facility when he needs to hire people on. So there's a lot of things.
The company Growponics was in the process of starting a new business here in Pahrump, growing vegetables. They were looking at the area of Squaw Valley and Kellogg on the south of town.
There was so much misinformation or misunderstanding is a better thing at Growponics that it just really astounded me. You know, Growponics was going to come here and was willing to lease and eventually buy 60 acres of land that the town had. Very few assets that we have that they had planned for a park where we don't have funding. Well, I say that's a great idea. And people understand that. They say, oh, no, you lose a park. Well, no, we weren't losing a park because almost 60 to 70% of the town boundary is owned by the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management. And they will allow us to put a park anywhere at no cost at all. So the replacement of the park wasn't a challenge. In fact, we were planning to put a park right on the corner of Kellogg and Homestead. Right there in BLM, we already started the plan to replace, which I thought would have been even a better location where the Kellogg Park was. But what they didn't know is that the Growponics had agreed to build a community center on the south side of town, an exhibition hall, a classroom, and a 5-acre park along with a farmer's market at their expense without much input from the town. We missed a great opportunity to kind of go forward, and they were going to go ahead and put 200 jobs. And they were getting a 25% discount on the land to go ahead and do that. That's the incentive, the only incentive that we had available to make to them. what the real loss on Groponics was not just Groponics, but about 3 or 4 other companies that were standing in the background waiting to see how the town responded to them before they come in. We have a great opportunity. A couple of days ago, you had asked me about some of the opportunity, what attracts people to Pahrump. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you've got water, you could grow anything here. Yeah. And because of our close proximity to Vegas, which is one of the largest cities in the world, if you think of all the tourists come in, somewhere like about 50 to 55 million on a yearly basis, the carbon footprint to grow food here under the latest technology, very highly efficient in water and space, and sell it in Vegas is a great opportunity. Yeah. I've talked to mushroom companies that want to grow mushrooms. I talked to growing fish, fresh fish right in the area, from vegetables to tomatoes to lettuce and green peppers in a controlled environment using even less water, like a third less of what they would do normally, and yet having it close here. And these are good quality jobs. Yeah. These were not minimum wage jobs that are coming forward. And there's still an interest right now to do that in our area.
Is Groponics still interested?
Well, Groponics, we have to understand is that Jack Cassani was the investor, and he had selected Groponics, which was a franchise. Just like if I'm a restaurateur, whether I selected McDonald's or Burger King to be the franchise to run my operation. And there's a lot of them out there, or Wendy's, or A&W, we could go, or Dairy Queen, we could go on and on. Now, so Groponics wasn't as much the issue as Mr. Cassani. Mr. Cassani is very interested, but doesn't understand some of the confusion and the misunderstanding that took place in the community.
To see more on the story, please visit our YouTube page or go to KPVM.TV. Still more local news to come with News 46's News in Review.
News 46 Week in Review is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Red Apple Fireworks. You've never seen anything like it. Nevada's elite fireworks shopping experience. Red Apple Fireworks. You're watching KPVM News 46 Week in Review. Pahrump's #1 media source for local news with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Let's see what's happening in the world of entertainment with our own Zach Fuentes.
I'm Zach Fuentes with your entertainment this week. The non-guilty verdict that acquitted Casey Anthony of the death of her 2-year-old daughter Kaylee has sparked outrage across the nation following yesterday's verdict in a Florida courtroom. The trial, which has arguably held the largest audience since the O.J. Simpson trial, has resulted in CNN headline news getting its highest ratings in 29 years. Many will be watching tomorrow when 25-year-old Anthony receives her sentencing for the guilty verdict she received in regards to providing false information to an officer. She has spent 3 years in jail since she was charged with her daughter's murder. The expected sentence time is 4 years. The annual list of highest paid actresses in Hollywood has been announced: Angelina Jolie and Sarah Jessica Parker. The two tied for top earning actress. Both earned $30 million during the time period, which ran from May 2010 to May 2011, according to the annual ranking compiled by Forbes magazine. Julia Roberts came in on their heels at $20 million, followed by Kristen Stewart of the Twilight Saga at the same rate. The latest Pirates of the Caribbean blockbuster has crossed the $1 billion mark at the global box office. According to Disney, this is only the 8th movie in history to do so. They also added that Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides has shown us just how strongly the story and these characters resonate with people the world over. In total, the 4 Pirates of the Caribbean movies have earned a combined $3.68 billion in global box office. Woody Allen is in Rome to shoot his upcoming movie, The Bob Decameron, which will also star Penelope Cruz, Ellen Page, and others. Allen met with Rome Mayor Gianni Alemanno, who presented him with the statue of the symbol of Rome, the she-wolf. The Bob Decameron begins filming this Monday. The Royals are on their way to Los Angeles. This is Kate's first time in America and William's first time in Hollywood. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will arrive at LAX International Airport at 6:30 p.m. on Friday and will be greeted by the British ambassador. Saturday at 6:30 in the evening, the couple will mix and mingle with British talent at the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, in which Prince William is the president. The red carpet event is called Brits to Watch 2011 at the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles. The black tie event is in honor of British talent emerging in the television and film industries. I'm Zach Fuentes, and that was your entertainment this week.
Nick Moore, the owner of Threads Clothing Company and founder of Threads Fest, is hosting Scream It Like You Mean It here in Pahrump.
Scream It Like You Mean It. It's a national tour. Threads is putting it on. It's Threads Clothing Company. It's actually Threads Fest presents. It's not Threads Fest, but it's a national tour. We put in a small events area next to Threads. We're going to give it a shot. We're actually trying to raise money to put on Threads Fest. It's a very expensive event that we'd love to put on. It's that's a free event. We do at our local park with a skate and bike competition and all the music and festivities, and we'd like to do that again. It's just, I just can't keep losing money every year to do it.
And you want to keep it free, don't you?
We do. That's the big thing. You want to keep it free. And so in order to do it, we got to figure out a way to raise money to do it. And so I put a small investment in this events area next to it, and we're going to give real value for a ticket dollar. So we're bringing in national acts, and then we're going to kick it off with this first event on Thursday, July 21st, next to Threads. It's just Threads events. It doesn't really have a name or anything. It's just next to our property. We put 8,000 square foot of grass in, and we're bringing in, believe it or not, Reeve Carolina, Icy Stars, Chiodos, who was headline Extreme Thing 2-3 years ago. I mean, Breathe Carolina was just on the Jimmy Kimmel Show last week. I mean, these are big name acts, Icy Stars, The Color Morale, Tech One, just a really great lineup. Rockstar Energies, it's a national tour, like I said. After they go, the United States, they go to Europe. But it's really, really great, great show. We're excited to have it, and we'll, take a chance at it and see how this works out.
With as popular as these bands are, this is going to be extremely limited availability on these tickets. I know we're only charging $15 per ticket, but from what I hear, these are going to sell out quickly.
Yeah, it's, to keep everything safe, it's a half-acre event area. So, I would feel safe doing like 1,000, 1,500 max. We could hold more, but we're probably going to cap it at that. And like I said, the lineup does its justice. $15 ticket, $20 at the door, very worth it. We've got Vans is coming out, DC's coming out. I have my action sports vendors like I do for Threads Fest. I have those guys coming out a little bit, and they're promoting product and doing all that stuff great as well.
The Pahrump Gunfighters Jail and Bail is helping to pay for a trip that the gunslinging group is taking soon. We are here at the Pahrump Gunfighters Jail and Bail. They had it set up here at Petrick Park all weekend long, and if you missed out, you can still help them with their trip to Goldfield.
We are trying to collect enough money to get our trip to go up towards Goldfield, Nevada. It is actually, they asked us to perform, but it's going to cost us quite a bit to get there. So we're trying to collect as much money as we can for donations.
You guys have been here all weekend, right?
Yes, we have. And it's been a long haul, and it's been beautiful, though.
Who do we got behind us here in jail?
This is Dan Delgado.
He's wanting to get out.
It costs It's Gambler Dan.
It costs $1 to get somebody put in there and $1 to get them out?
Correct. That's how we're working it, for this weekend.
Can the public help with your trip to Goldfield at any other time after this weekend?
Yes, they can. What we're trying to do is donate or have people donate what they can, and if they need to, they can get a hold of Bud Curtis at 751-2667.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is Deanna O'Donnell at Petrick Park for News 46. Southwest Medical will be cutting their red ribbon here in Pahrump this month. The state-of-the-art facility on Calvada Boulevard is aiming to serve all of your medical needs. July 18th is the official opening here at Southwest Medical Associates in the Calvada Eye. We're going to take you on a tour and let you meet some of the staff.
I'm out here representing Southwest Medical Associates. I'm the president of the company, and we've been working towards this opening for over 2 years. You know, when we first were looking to acquire a practice out here, and we're delighted to find Dr. Levasseur, and then for over a year now we've been planning this building because his building wasn't big enough for what SMA wants to bring to Pahrump. This clinic represents enough space for us to do the electronic medical records and the technology that we want to be able to bring to Pahrump, and we're very excited because we're doing things in this building that we haven't even done in our clinics in Pahrump yet. So you get to be the first ones to be the benefit of that. So this part of the clinic is the nurses station, and we've designed this building on purpose to have 2 nursing stations so that it's more flexible for us. So there's a nursing station on this side of the building which works for primary care, and then the nursing station on the other side of the building is a space that we can also use for specialty care and radiology. So it creates 2 different workflow areas for the patients. So the exam rooms are really what makes this clinic an SMA clinic. And what's important for us is our electronic medical record. So you can see the ergonomic arm computer and setup here that's right next to the exam table. So both the nurse and the physician, when they're working with the computer and electronic medical record, are right here at the bedside, right with the patient. We can do prescription refills, reconcile their medications, show them lab results, show them x-ray results. Everything can be done right here with electronic medical record, right here at the bedside. And then something that's going to be new, first in Pahrump, it's not in any of our other clinics yet, is over on this table, which would be the traditional place that a doctor would sit with the patient. We're going to have touch point screens that hook in with our health and wellness education. So both when the patient's in here before the doctor comes in, they can actually with the touch screen look up a diabetic diet or review hypertension. All types of education will be available on that touch screen. And then the doctor can also use that as an education tool. Say they have a new diagnosis of diabetes. They can pull up educational materials and go over that with the patient. Say they're having trouble with their shoulder, they can pull up information and actually show them shoulder pictures and what have you to help with educating. And then what we also plan on doing is connecting that touch screen with our telehealth that's coming just a little bit later this year. And that will be video to video appointments. So basically a virtual appointment. So a specialist in Las Vegas can actually face-to-face see the patient here in the clinic. So the specialist doesn't have to come from Las Vegas and the patient doesn't have to go to Las Vegas. And they can actually have their virtual visit right here through the touchscreen.
And that does it for this edition of News 46's Week in Review. Some of the events that are happening this weekend include the Movies in the Park at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park beginning at dusk. The Blue Butterfly Coffee House to benefit Nathan Adelson Hospice will be happening at the Pahrump Nugget on Saturday night. And there's going to be a car show in the parking lot of Mountain View on Saturday night as well. Have a great weekend and we'll see you next week. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.